Hi everybody, welcome back, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the live. I hope everybody's doing well today. I'm doing okay. If I could rate us today a number between 1 to 10, I would rate it a 4. But we're here. Life is okay. I'm alive. I can breathe, I can feel. So, life's amazing. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome into the live, y'all. Welcome back, welcome back. So, let's see. What are we going to do today? Hey, this is Jabron, all right? Hey, friend. How you been, friend? So, I'm going to go ahead and do a poll. Let me see. Have you ever been emotionally disconnected? If so, oh, when? No. Okay. Yes. No. I don't know. What does that mean? What does that mean? And then we're going to do black. Mwah. Hey, friend. How's your day been? Tell me how's your day been? So we got the poll for today. It's already a 1 yes. I've definitely been emotionally disconnected before. We're in the great lock-in. Everybody is talking about locking in. They said September 1st is when the great lock-in. I've never heard of this thing ever in my life before, but hey, it's Virgo season. We locking in. I would love to be like a Virgo. Anything to be a Virgo in this lifetime. So, hi, Michael. Oh, hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? So we're just gonna wait. I'm gonna try to do something a little differently today. I'm only gonna keep the poll up for the first few minutes of the live so everybody can vote. And then I'm just going to put it in the pinned comment so that we can get an overall average of what everybody is saying at the beginning before we have our conversation. I'm from America. Where are you from? Hi, Kelvin. Welcome back, Kelvin. Ashu said hello there. Okay, thank you. I don't know what that means, but thank you. So if you can, go ahead and do the poll. You might see it up here or you might see it down here. Go ahead and do the poll for us so we can see where you guys are right now. I'm going to end the poll a little later. So you're from Iran. How is that? I'm doing okay, y'all. Today has been a day, a very long one, and it's not over. Hey, Jalen, friend, how are you? It has been a day. It has been a day. So on my end, because I haven't updated YouTube on my old phone, but on my end, the poll is down here. So for some of you guys, the poll could be down here. For some of you guys, the poll could be up here, depending on if you updated your phone or not. You said, I never said that in a disrespectful way. What do you mean, babe? I don't know what you mean. I didn't think you disrespected me. Hey, little dude. Hey, Gabo. Hey, y'all. Jalen, what'd you eat today? You joined instantly? Yay. That makes me happy. I'm glad because we have a good conversation today. Today we're talking about when was there a season in your life when you felt emotionally disconnected. Hey, Kari. Because especially for the man out there who talked about, oh, we don't feel emotions, or, we're not supposed to feel emotions. Okay, so that means you're probably a little bit emotionally disconnected. So let's talk about it. Thank you, Kelvin. Grilled chicken and pesto pasta. Jayla, I'm trying to get like you. I'm trying to cook like you. That sounds good. That sounds really good. Let me tell you what I'm about to make. before I got on live, I just seasoned some chicken wings. I think chicken wings have started becoming one of my most favorite things to eat. So I just made some chicken wings. Well, I just seasoned some chicken wings. So when I get off of live, I'm going to put them in the air fryer and cook it. I make baked potatoes. And then I just noticed my asparagus went bad. So we'll see what else I make. You like the glossy lips? Thanks. How do I do my hair? I just braided it. This is just a braid. Yes, I'm excited to eat. I'm just like, please, just let the food be good. Because let me tell y'all what happened to me today. I went to Chick-fil-A this morning. Now, mind you, I go to Chick-fil-A for breakfast very often. Hey, D Nice, welcome back, friend. I go to Chick-fil-A very often. Hey, King. For breakfast. So I went to Chick-fil-A this morning for breakfast, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try something a little different, because I usually get the chicken McMuffin sandwich with cheese. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna add bacon to it today. Bacon, egg, chicken McMuffin. So that's what I got. So I'm just so happy. I start eating my food. Guess what happened to me? 2 days in a row. This is the second day in a row that this has happened to me. I find a piece of hair in my freaking food. Let me see if I can show y'all a background picture. Because I was so upset because the food was so good. I'm like, why? Can y'all see that sandwich? Hold up. You see where I circled that? You see that little piece of hair right here? You see that little piece of hair? That's embedded in the freaking eggs of my sandwich. Like, are you so kidding me? I have to take other pictures. Let me see. You can see it better right here. Do y'all see that? Y'all. That was the second day that this happened to me, 2 days in a row. I just feel like I'm just not going to eat out because now I'm afraid. Boy. Hey, Real Rico. Hey, y'all. If I haven't said hi to y'all, hey. Yeah, so that was like 2 days in a row. I'm tired of it. I'm like, please. I didn't really want to cook. I really do want to eat out, but now I'm getting traumatized. Because that's 2 different places, 2 different locations. Same thing happened 2 days in a row. Why is my day a 4 out of 10? You might be a little bit behind in a lot, but you're going to hear why it's a 4. On top of that, today was my first day of classes. So we went back to school. So, you know, that. So I'm just a little bit like ready to just hibernate today. How can you tell the difference between a healthy and an unhealthy friendship or relationship? Oh, that's a good question. I always like the word supportive. Is it supportive to who you want to be, who you want to become? If so, then it's most likely healthy. If not, it's most likely unhealthy. Did you just say, why are you afraid of hair in the food? Hey, Alicia. Hey, baby. Welcome back to the live, baby girl. It's good to see you, baby girl. You're crazy. That's 2 days in a row. I'm telling you. I don't know what is going on. I don't know. Then I was just making my chicken wings. Y'all know how chicken wings is. I'm over there plucking the hair off. I'm like, I can't do this no more. Like, I'm just about to fast. I'm just about to stop eating at this point. I'm just about to stop eating. Y'all make sure y'all vote in the poll up here, or it could be down here depending on your YouTube platform. But today's poll asks us, have you ever been emotionally disconnected? We're going to go ahead and see how many people vote, and let's see how you guys are feeling, where you guys are. I actually said I'm crazy. I don't know, friend. Maybe. So I'm going to just do another one that I'm going to pin later before we get into this conversation. We're almost there, so we're about to get into the conversation in just a second. But y'all tell me how y'all's day has been. If you could rate your day 1 through 10, what would it be? I have, guess what? Guess what this is? Everybody probably knows by now. Watermelon juice. So I have watermelon juice to keep me hydrated during the live today. Okay, can you say 8? Okay, that's good. Ooh, some pomegranate juice. I like pomegranate juice. Anybody else have anything y'all want to rate y'all's day? Hey, Damien, welcome back to the live, friend. Right now, we're just rating our day 1 through 10. I want to see how y'all's day was, if it was good or bad. I already told y'all my day was a 4. So, yeah. Okay, 8. Ashu, you do a 360, friend. You do a 360. Yeah, I agree. Zane. So now that we got into 10 votes, we got 80% said yes, 20% said no. Hey, everything for Naughty. Hey, friend. Okay. So most of the people are saying that they have been emotionally disconnected before. And only 20%, which is 2 people, said no, they've never been emotionally disconnected. Damien said, I had me passion fruit mixed with pineapple. Ooh, that sounds good. So y'all, when was the time when y'all started feeling emotionally disconnected? Hey, Philip. Because I feel like up until 2022, I might have been emotionally disconnected. I think around 2022, that's when I started to like live life more, because we didn't have nothing to do. So I was always out. I was outside. I was in nature. I was in nature a lot during 2022. Like I was going to the park, the lake. I was outside a lot during 2022. Naughty, my day has been okay. At minimum. Not maximum okay. Minimum okay. But yeah, up until 2022, I think that I might have been emotionally disconnected because I just wasn't taught. That was around the time that I graduated college too, so it was a lot going on. So I was like, you know, I didn't know what was going on, if I could be so for real. But I think that with me going outside, especially going to the lake, being out in nature a lot, that really helped me to kind of mellow myself out. Yeah, I explored. I think exploring, having the freedom to explore, is what really supported me emotionally during that time, and learning about emotional, you know, awareness in general. What's up? You thinking? So I think once after that, I think I started to become a lot more emotionally connected after 2020. Asher, you being a hater. Now I'm about to block you, Ashu, because you being a hater. Hey, Alessandro. So, and then, you know, what helped me find my way back was connecting to nature, being outside, journaling, exploring, learning, studying, researching. There ain't nobody about to block you, friend. All those things is what really helped me find my way back. So what about y'all? Naughty, why you delete that? I accept compliments. Hey, Derba, welcome back to the live, friend. Hey, Cornet, girl, I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been, baby? How you been, girly? So, what about y'all? Do y'all remember a moment in y'all's life? Hey, my friend. Wait. Naughty. Why are you deleting these people's comments, friend? I don't know how. I wish I could figure out how to unblock comments. But naughty friend, you can't delete these people's compliments. King oneself, you said I get emotionally disconnected when I'm not grounded. I agree. What ways do you ground yourself, King? Cornell, you said not so well, but hope you are well. What? Girlie, why you not doing well, baby? I'm not gonna lie to you, girl. It's been a day. I'm tired. It's been a day. Hey, Ricardo. Yeah, I definitely, and I think I like that you even said grounded, because the things that brought me back to emotional connection, if I could think about it, that was me grounding myself. When you out in nature, that's you grounding yourself. When you go into the lake, you got your feet in the grass. When you're doing picnics. When you're looking at the water all the time. Oh, Ricardo, I am actually Beyonce's little sister. Is Meiana my full name? Yeah, Meiana's my full name. And you know what makes, I didn't think about it, but it makes me think about like like I guess for me being emotionally disconnected was a learned trait over time. It wasn't anything like, okay, something happened and then boom, I'm emotionally disconnected. It was more like I just never learned how to have emotional connection. And then over time, as I got to know myself and explore more, is when I learned emotional connection. But I think about other people who may have been emotionally connected and then they disconnected. Like what kind of what happened for that to happen? Like I know like in relationships, there's a lot of times in relationships where somebody is connected to that person, and then over time, what does it mean to be emotionally disconnected? Let me tell you. And then over time, when things are happening in the relationship, they start to kind of disconnect emotionally. They start not to feel that love and that happiness and the joy that they once felt in that relationship. But I'm going to get you a good definition, because I don't want to give you my definition because it may be a little bit too like broad. So I want to get you a really good definition. Exercise, being outside and making time for myself. Oh, I love that. So feeling numb or shut down instead of expressive, right? So in emotions. So let's just say like somebody dies or somebody gets into an accident. Instead of you expressing your sadness, you're just like, you know, it happens. It happens. Hey, John. Or like you have a loved one who says that they don't want to be friends with you anymore. And instead of you being like, you know, honest about your disappointment that your friendship ended, you're like, it's whatever. I'm just keep going about my day. Hey, Bama, welcome back to the live, friend. Avoiding emotional topics. You know, when somebody brings up something emotional, you don't even want to participate in the conversation. You may even leave, or you just may tune it out. So if somebody's talking about how sad a major event happened, let's say like 9/11, you know, something like that. And so imagine if it happened like that and you like, okay, like who cares about that, you know? You don't really have empathy for the situation. You can be emotionally disconnected when you have troubles forming relationships and attaching in relationships. So, you know, you may have friends or cousins or something like that, and you just don't feel close to them. We talk a lot about emotional safety. You may not feel emotionally safe. You may not feel like you're bonding with your loved ones. You may not even just feel close to them in general. Another one says a sense of being alone even when people are physically with you. So a lot of people have talked about, oh, even though I have people around me, I still feel like I'm by myself. It's because you're emotionally disconnected. Another one is suppressing emotions instead of sharing or processing them. So that's kind of the same earlier that I was talking about when I was talking about, you know, if a friend wants to break y'all's relationship, or if a romantic partner wants to break up, and instead of you processing those emotions and feeling your sadness or disappointment or even happiness, sometimes it could be happiness that you feel when those relationships end, you just like, it's whatever, like, who cares? If you're somebody who always says who cares, you're probably emotionally disconnected. Another one says not noticing or responding to another person's feelings. So a lot of times with empathy, when you feel empathy, Ricardo, I just looked it up, but I am super smart. Thank you, baby. A lot of times with empathy, when people express emotions in a way, we don't always 100% mirror that person, but we do respond to that person. We respond to the person in a way that is empathetic. So if you are not able to be around people who have strong emotions and you feel uncomfortable, that probably is a sign that you are emotionally disconnected. That it's probably a sign that you're emotionally disconnected. John, you said I feel like that with family. I can see a lot of people could feel that way when they have a lot of trauma from their family. I can see that. Do you feel like you have a lot of trauma from your family? Kelvin, you said emotional disconnection usually means feeling detached or numb emotionally, either from yourself, from others, or both. Ooh, I like that you included from yourself. Because if you don't feel your emotions, you're not feeling yourself. You're not feeling yourself. Deborah, you said, I don't know how and why, but almost half of what you described kind of sounds like the things I do. You're probably emotionally disconnected. And it's okay to admit, like, it's not something that is bad to say I'm emotionally disconnected. That's where just awareness comes into the chat, and it's just like, this is just what's happening right now. A lot of times we have to go into detail about why we're emotionally disconnected, which is what I was explaining earlier. I feel like I was emotionally disconnected just because I wasn't taught how to be connected emotionally. It wasn't shown to me, right? Or just, you know, just not something I didn't practice, or I didn't see practiced around me. So everybody has a different reason, and we'll look into reasons why people could be emotionally disconnected. What is Sukma, Vishnu? Kelvin said it can come in form of difficulty connecting with feelings, feeling blank, numb, or like you can't feel deeply. Yeah. Have you ever seen those like emo people? Those emo people who wear black all the time and they're just like, yeah, brother. Yeah, buddy. It's whatever. I don't care what happens. Who cares? You know? So, Johnny said, yeah, some blame me for what my dad did. I'm a black sheep. Rico, you said, I think I was definitely emotionally disconnected for a period in my life. Not now, but before, for sure. So, Real Rico, for you, like, when did you start feeling more connected emotionally? Bye, Ricardo. Have a good day, baby. Debbie said, I'm honestly unsure. Hey, Time Friend, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. Okay, consistent and healthy. I love it. Really? Really, John? That's crazy. That's very interesting to know. So you feel like people blame you for that situation? Yeah, because you was young. You were just a child. Why do you feel like people blame you? In summary, it says, at its core, emotional disconnection is when the emotional bond that usually creates trust, safety, and intimacy is weakened or broken. Oh, because you look like him. Do you feel emotionally connected to anybody else, though, outside of your family? That's an interesting thing. Because what that reminds me of, even John, when you say you look like your dad, is like, you know how some people talk about like growing up with like a single mom or something, and then like the mom is constantly berating them or like excludes them from things, and they're like, oh, it's because I look like my dad is the reason. Like, that's something that actually happens because people are, you know, they're reminded of their past. Hey, Katie Gaming. Rico, you said that you went through a lot of loss at a young age and it had effect on you. Dang. John is grown. This probably happened about 30 years ago. I'm sure he appreciates the comment, but this is something that happened a while ago. Kelvin said physical signs of emotional disconnection is fatigue, tension, or feeling checked out. Ooh. But John, is there anybody that you do feel emotionally connected to? We got 23 votes, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. You said me. And people who you know in real life. So 61% said yes, 26% said no, 4% said I don't know, and 9% says what does that mean? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. Let's see. There we go. You said use your cards. Boy, for what? Card reading is for Thursdays only. Thursdays only. Let me see. Gaming, you for Katie Gaming, you being for real? I'm sorry, y'all. I do think that overcoming death could be a real, you know, a real reason to feel emotionally disconnected, because those are strong emotions. I think a lot of times also when people are emotionally disconnected is because they don't want to feel those emotions. Nadia, you said, what does emotionally disconnected mean? I'll give you the definition again. It means a lack of emotional presence, engagement, or responsiveness. So that could be with yourself, a partner, family, or friends. It just means that you feel numb. You don't want to feel your feelings. You may be one of those people who say, I don't care. I don't know how to feel. I don't know. What is an emotion? An emotion is an actual physical sensation that happens within human beings that begins from the brain. Kelvin said, okay, there we go. Emotional disconnection can come in various ways, shutting down from others, lack of interest. Yes. Tom, you say you find yourself being around people who feel like that? You find yourself being around emotionally disconnected people? Is it because you're emotionally disconnected? Chris, when you think about emotions, think about energy and motion. E is energy, motions, energy and motions. So it's you having a physical, like chemical sensation that expresses itself in your body. And the sensation occurs due to, it's a lot of different things. Mind you, I actually do have a whole lecture on what emotions are, and how beliefs in emotions shape your reality and help you manifest, and on my website, Transition with Leisure. If y'all want an actual like lecture style breakdown of what emotions are, because that's why my brain is like kind of like going in a circle right now, trying to like go back and think about all that to even describe emotions. But it's so much that goes into what an emotion is, how they're created, and how they shape your reality. Tommy said, Chris said, sounds like my ex. Oh, Lord. Kelvin said, emotion is your mind and body's natural way of responding to experiences, people, or situations. Facts. I love it, Chris. Thanks. Not Chris, Kelvin. I'm sorry. I love it, Kelvin. Thank you. Tom said, no, it's because they're disconnected. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to go anywhere. You can ask him, hey, let's go to concert, basketball game. And the answer is, I don't feel like it. That also sounds like depression. Well, emotional disconnection, it is depression in a way, honestly. You're depressing your emotions. You're not expressing them. So, sounds very much depressive. John, you said I'm an introvert, so I connect with myself a lot. But remember, John, we're manifesting love and belonging. So we got to connect to other people as well. And it's okay to be introverted, but we got to connect to other people as well. Gaming, you said, sometimes I still think it's my fault for everything that happened to her. Wish I was there at that point in time to stop her, but I just got out from the hospital. Ooh. Yeah, you cannot save or help everybody. That's a sad situation. Tom said, people that are disconnected really don't feel like doing anything with anybody. Yeah. You like my shorts, Nadir? Thank you, baby. Hey, Arjun. Rorico said they go hand in hand. Okay, Zane, enjoy prayer. You said you glad that I said it? Because you believe most people are disconnected and don't want to do things and be around people and are depressed, and those people feel a way about themselves. Yeah, but the thing about that time is you want to be very careful about, because you just said it's a lot of people that you know. Like, you just said it's a lot of people that you know like that. So you want to be very careful about putting yourself in those environments consistently, because you will be affected. And it is sad to have to, separate from people who you love, especially when you know they're going through a hard time. But if it's a lot of them, it's like more than one person around you like that, is going to affect you unintentionally, seriously. So you want to be careful about who you surround yourself with, especially people who are going through major depressions, who are not getting the support when people are trying to support them. I'm not saying you got to leave people who are depressed, because people are depressed for actual reasons. But you have to make sure you have spiritual hygiene and self-care, and that you don't get trapped in that cycle with them. John, you keep talking about me, but we need people in your... Oh, you said your cousins earlier. That's what you said, your cousins. Oh, okay. You just saying people who are introverted and people who say they're shy? Do you think that's... I don't know if that's emotional disconnection. I think that could be a lack of social skills, maybe. Introverted and shy could be a lack of social skills, or being overwhelmed in large groups of people, overstimulation, or just anxiety. I don't want to say that that's just emotional disconnection, because some of them could be very like emotionally connected. They just are overstimulated or anxious or something, You loved your ex, but she didn't believe you because you didn't show her affection. But People have different love languages. What's your love language? You should have been like, baby, this is my love language. You got to accept me as I am. Well, it's not no shoulda, because shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? It's maybe in the future. If somebody does not like your love language, let them know. This is who I am, baby. But I love you. What's up? And meet in the middle. Sometimes you do have to meet in the middle when it comes to relationships. That's a tough one. Kelvin said, my advice to an introvert that's connected to him or herself: you don't need to be the life of the party to connect. Start small, chat with a cashier, join a group around your interest, or text one friend. Oh, I love it. Katie, you said, I felt emotionally disconnected, like I was going through the motions, but I couldn't truly feel or connect with anything or anyone around me. It was like watching my life through a foggy window and numb. You know, it's so interesting that you say that. I remember when I was the most confused and I was trying to find clarity, but I didn't realize what I was looking for. I used to have a lot of dreams about walking in fog. Do you ever feel like you have dreams about walking in fog, Katie? Oh, you love being around weird people? I'm dead. Chris said, what does that mean? What does what mean, baby? So you don't like putting people in groups time? John, you talking about chosen ones can't be around. A lot of people, we get anxiety being around too many energies. Now, I don't know. Rodrigo said facts, John, but I don't know if I really agree with that. I don't really know, because the chosen ones conversation is not something that I really follow. So I don't really know what you mean when you say that. You said it gets you frightened. Tom said, I never had a dream of walking in fogs, because you can't see the fog, see in the fog. But that's the point. Oh, that's what you were saying. I'm sorry. It's so many comments that I be forgetting what's what. But Katie said, yeah, you do. I mean, most times, and it gets me frightened. So, KD, that's the thing about it. If you having dreams about walking in fog, you shouldn't be afraid. It's just a symbolism of what's going on in your real world. You lack clarity. You're confused. You can't see your goals, your future, what you want for yourself. You feel clouded. Your lack of judgment is clouded. So that just means that your body is working in your favor, Katie, and it's showing you the signs through your dreams. Hey, pretty Aria. Tom said, I believe in the chosen one. Michael Jackson was a chosen one. Michael Jackson. LeBron. Bobby. Yeah, I guess if I think about a chosen one, I definitely think about a leader who has caused great change to society. So like a subliminal? In your dream? What are we talking about? Katie. Yeah, it definitely sounds like, if those are your dreams, Katie, it definitely sounds like your dreams are working in your favor and showing you clear images of what's, you know, of what's going on in your life. It's symbolism, because it's not like you actually have fog around you, but it's a valid meaning of what's happening. So you gotta start getting clear on who you are, what you want, to decrease those dreams. Yeah, Tom said, put your life together every single day like a puzzle. That's what I would say. Katie, every day you write a new goal. I want this. This will happen to me. Those dreams is gonna decrease. John said there's more than one chosen one. I agree. But everybody can be a chosen one when you choose yourself. Choose yourself and you chosen, period. But, and you know, King of Oneself, I'm glad that you say that, because I feel like, and these are all things that I went through processes to figure out by myself. But I feel like when it comes to people saying like introvert, not really introverted, is more of saying being an empath. I do believe that people are empathic. People are empaths, because I can be empathic, you know. But I feel like a lot of times when people are like that, it comes from trauma. So like when you've had so much trauma to where you've had to be on your P's and Q's and pay attention to other people's emotions, you built that skill of empathy so you can be aware of how other people are feeling, so that you can in a way accommodate them. So it could be like you were raised around a parent who was, you know, emotionally erratic or abusive. So you learn to pay attention to their cues. So now that you pay attention to their cues, you know what to expect. So I definitely feel like things like that, it can come from trauma, because I truly believe, I'm not saying that everybody needs to be out there with a whole bunch of friends, but I believe that some form of connection is healthy. And if you don't have any of those and you're just saying that you're introverted, it could be a fine line between introverted and depressed. It's a fine line. John said, sometimes family ain't family. You find me people who are not family, that's you connected to the soul tribe. Yeah. Yeah, family is what you make it, for sure, for sure. So what's my next question about this? Ooh, we're already at 40 minutes, y'all. Time be going by so fast. Yeah, Katie. Just every day, literally every day, just write down what you want. That's how you're gonna find your clarity. Every day, 1 to 3 things. I want this. I want this. I want this. That's just one way you can do it. Fine line between love and hate. Babe, I did not say love and hate. That's not what I said. Yeah. Rico said he can't hang around everybody. Yeah. So some people can become emotionally disconnected due to past trauma or hurt. So that could be heartbreak, betrayal, neglect, or abuse. That's definitely a real reason why some people become emotionally disconnected. Another one could be chronic stress or burnout, like what I'm going through. I'm stressed out. That's why I keep saying I'm trying to hibernate. I'm ready to hibernate because I just want to go to sleep and wake up next year. Another one is unmet childhood needs. So you were neglected in your childhood. So it's a learned response. Hey, PR friend. Why you make that face? It's a learned response. So you were neglected in your childhood. So now you feel like nobody else will meet those needs for me. So now you're programmed to think that nobody's going to meet your emotional needs because your parents didn't do it. Also because you just, you know, maybe have not been used to it. You've never really seen it. Soft, hey baby girl. And hey Cesar. John, you talking about WTF? WTF, what happened? So it could be like you grown up where your emotions were ignored. You hate that I want to hibernate. Why? I just want to go to bed for a long time. That's it. But not die. Not a coma. You said that, picture. Okay, so in your childhood, your emotions could have been ignored. Most likely, your parents could have been emotionally unavailable. You showing emotions have been shamed, or you showing emotions were punished, which teaches you that it's not normal. Now, think about this too. When it comes to emotional disconnection, some of this we talk a lot about. It can be cultural. it could be socialized. You're too energetic for that bed stuff. Baby, you don't know me. I'm Sleeping Beauty. That's how I get the energy. I'm Sleeping Beauty, baby. John said she a bear for facts. For sure. I'm trying to be a bear. Just for a year, that's it. That's it. But a lot of the times people can be emotionally disconnected because of cultural reasons, you know. Especially if you from a very masculine culture where they teach you that men don't cry. Okay, period, girl. Welcome back. Welcome back to school. I'm glad that you got your car and everything. What was your decision about who was going to drive you? What decision? How did that turn out? Oh, Kelvin. You too, Kelvin. I appreciate you in the chat, friend. Have a good day. Chris said, good thing I'm a bear. I'm even on the California flag. You feel better, KD? Of course. Of course. I'm glad. Hey, Marat. You say you went with your mom because your dad still didn't want you to take the car? How was it? Was it better than you thought? Johnny said, I can be extroverted. It just depends on your birth chart, too. You saying talking about synastry, John? Marat said, I'm from Uzbekistan. Where are you from? I'm from America. Chris, you say you're going to go back to your cave now? It's soft. It was better than you thought. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad. That's good. So, I'm going to go ahead and keep going. So, I just talked about unmet childhood needs, but also people are afraid to be vulnerable. Again, people are afraid to be vulnerable because of their experiences with being vulnerable. If you had people take advantage of you when you were vulnerable, or you had people demonize you when you were vulnerable. I know some of the men have talked about, like, when they've shown emotions, people have used it against them. So, you may have felt rejected when you were vulnerable, or somebody made you feel as if you were weak when you were vulnerable. So, if you've been through those moments and you were really pouring your heart out, that could be a real reason as to why you emotionally disconnected. Now, one thing about it is sometimes people can emotionally disconnect from one thing or person, but they don't always emotionally disconnect to everything. So sometimes there is just like that one thing that you may be emotionally disconnected to, or you could be emotionally disconnected in general. So it really just depends. You're a teenager relationship expert? A teenager relationship expert? You mean like family and friends? Or you mean romantic? Because I don't know about that one. That's interesting. I ain't never heard about that. Sometimes love can make you vulnerable. But KD, love always makes you vulnerable. Love is a vulnerable feeling. And no, I don't know Uzbekistan, but I've heard of it maybe on TV before. Another thing that can keep you emotionally disconnected is unhealthy coping. So using substances. That's why people use substances. That's why people get addicted most of the time. It's because they don't want to feel their emotions. That's literally a lot of the reasons why people get addicted to certain drugs. Because they don't want to feel their emotions. I mean, first it starts with not wanting to feel. Then it starts with chemical reaction that causes addiction. So, also avoiding behaviors, escaping emotions. People get disconnected because they don't want to feel the emotions. PR said love can make you broke too. What? Why would you say that? Whose love is making them broke? Because my love ain't making me broke. Where Rico said, I used to think vulnerability was a weakness. I'm glad you got over that limiting belief. Because sometimes if you can't be vulnerable, I think that vulnerability is connected to awareness. Now, this is just me, my opinion. But vulnerability is connected to awareness. If you're not able to be vulnerable, it's going to be hard for you to be aware of yourself. Again, that's just me. It's not something that, I did any research on. Chris said it is a weakness. Why, Chris? Tell us more. Okay, Kelvin. First of all, PR, I'm not about to play with you. That's not love. That's lust. Love because when you use side piece, that tells me manipulation and lying. Love. Bless you. Bless you. He over here sneezing. Yeah. Okay, Soft, look in my description. My email is in my description, baby. Chris said people can use that against you. So just notice, Chris, that you may be a little bit emotionally disconnected because you're afraid of being vulnerable. So there's going to be some people who you're not emotionally connected to. I feel like it's better to just have an open relationship. Be open about it. Have multiple women. It's a lot of women out there who will want to be in a relationship with a man and a woman. I've seen it many times. I have people I've known in my personal life who have been in like polyamorous relationships. And then I see it a lot online. Like, look up those like videos. There's a lot of people online. I do think a lot of them start off as cheating. So don't start out as cheating, but polyamory is something that a lot of people do. Okay, Rodrigo, I love the growth. I love the growth. You said maybe that's why people are scared of love. You want to come up here? So, another reason some people may be, you don't see it. Let me see. Let me see, girl. Oh, I don't see it either. Do me a favor, baby. Go to the description, click on my website. Go to my website. And then go to About. Go to Contact. And then you don't even have to type in anything. All you got to do is just type in your information right here. And then I'll get the information from there. Make sure you send your address so I know where to send it to, baby. Why is my email not right there? I don't know. You think you can do that, Soft? That'll be an easy way to contact me. Hey, Cornbread. Hey, friend. Chris said I can't handle one. What makes you think I can handle two? Girl, you don't see that either, girl? Just type in transition with leisure at outlook.com. Just type that in, girl, at outlook.com. You said you want your cornbread. Okay, so another reason, relationship dynamics. Being in a relationship where emotions are dismissed, criticized, are unsafe to share. So it's the same thing that we just talked about. Hey, be still. Understand that emotional disconnection is a protective mechanism. So if you ever feel like you were emotionally disconnected, it's because you were trying to protect yourself and not feel the emotions. The other day we were just talking about breathing and how some people feel like they get more anxiety when they breathe. But when I was thinking about it, I was like, I wonder if this could be a reason why some people get anxiety when they do breathing techniques. Is because when you breathe, you're breathing in ether, you're breathing in life, you're breathing in animation, right? You're breathing in the thing that animates you, gives you life. And when you are animated, you feel emotions. And so I'm thinking, I was wondering, is it because you feel? Is that a reason that some people may get anxiety when they do breathing techniques? That's just all I was just trying to figure that out by myself. Jaguar paw looks dangerous. You talking about my son? PR, you talking about you loyal to both. Boy, I hope they know about each other. I'm telling you, it's just easier. It's easier just to let them know. It's a lot of women who will really allow you to have a no, it's Outlook, baby. Outlook, OUTLOOK.com. Transition with leisure at outlook.com. Not y'all talking about cheating in the comments. Shame, shame, shame. Let's talk about why emotional disconnection is not okay. Why is it not okay to be emotionally disconnected? Many of y'all have talked about being emotionally disconnected in the comments, but I don't know if you guys have done any steps to be a better person. So it goes against your mental and emotional health. Mind you, another I personally believe that a lot of health issues are caused because of emotional suppression. Because when you don't express, it depresses and it gets stuck in systems of your body. What's the number to the website? Y'all are a hoot. Y'all are a hoot. So, you know, when you are numb, you're not feeling your emotions, it does not allow you to feel the joys of life. The reasons that reinforces us to keep being here, to be happy, to keep pushing it and be motivated to live our life. These are the reasons why you don't want to be emotionally disconnected. Another reason is when you're emotionally disconnected, you cannot be emotionally safe. You're not emotionally safe in your relationships. You cannot build intimacy. We talked about that yesterday. You cannot build intimacy. You cannot love. And again, love is very correlated with joy. Love is correlated with passion. Love is correlated with a higher frequency living in general, right? So you've already, once you are emotionally disconnected, you're dwelling in the lower lands. Soft, if you still here, baby, let me know that if you got the email, okay? We talked about this before as well. When you're living on a lower frequency, anything can get to you, baby. Any lower vibrating spirit can come and get you. So help yourself before they help themselves and get you. Lower vibrating spirit, meaning lower vibrating emotions. If y'all believe in actual like demons and stuff like that, like I don't know, I don't really have many experiences with that, but if you believe in that, you gonna attract it, right? So another reason is it does not allow you to be close to people. When you are close to people, y'all know I study communication. Communication, in my opinion, is the foundation of life. If communication comes in different modes, even just looking at someone is a form of communication. So if you are not able to communicate, express yourself through any form of communication, you have robbed yourself of a happy life. You have robbed yourself, because we communicate in order to exchange information of all sorts. Like, seriously, eye contact is a form of communication for sure. Oh Lord. Emotional disconnection causes physical health issues. So I just talked about that. It can cause sleeping problems, insomnia. A lot of people be like, why can't I go to sleep? It's because your mind is racing and you're not acknowledging what's going on. Communication is key, for sure, for sure. So it can also lead to issues like overeating, substance abuse, overworking, being a workaholic because you didn't realize that somebody in your family taught you to seek validation through work because you never got validation through them, or being overeating because you had some type of trauma in your early childhood, or even in general you have some type of trauma that occurred, so now you want to get that dopamine rush through the food that you eat. Or substance use because you had something happen to you that caused you emotional turmoil, or you just bored and you don't want to have to feel the life that you're living. You don't want to have to be aware of yourself, of your environment, of your emotions, so you use substances to cope. These are some of the reasons why being emotionally disconnected is not good for you. Yeah, basically a coping mechanism. Emotional disconnection is a coping mechanism to protect you. Understand that being emotionally intelligent and being emotionally aware supports your personal growth. And so and when you're not aware of yourself, it blocks you from being able to get to that next level. So let's just say, like we were just talking earlier, KD was talking about having a lot of dreams about fog and feeling foggy in general. And sometimes when you can just sit down and just be like, what's going on with me? And you start feeling like I really can't see. I really can't feel. That's like the first step. That's the first step. And then you will say, I'm open to wanting to feel a different way. Eventually you'll start moving to a different emotion when you realize that you don't feel good. A lot of times transmuting emotions, like how John was just talking about transmutation energy, a lot of times transmuting emotions just starts with awareness and then deciding if you feel good or bad about it. Once you feel like you don't feel good about it, that's when you start being like, okay, I want to feel good. So what can I feel instead of this? And it's a natural process. It's a natural process. Thank you, PR. I appreciate it. So disconnection can make decision making harder since feeling guides values and choices. I like this one because so many people are indecisive. So many people are indecisive because they don't know what they feel. I was just watching what was it? This lady, she does like case studies. So she was doing a case study on Tia and Tamara, the twins. And so she was talking about how, I think it was Tamara was a people pleaser, and how she would ask for everybody else's opinions before she made her decision. And it's like, why do you care about everybody else's opinion when this is your life? It's because you have put other people's desires and their emotions before your own. You know, so when a lot of people, I never really thought about it, but a lot of people can be indecisive because they're not emotionally intelligent. Wow, never thought about it. You said the game changed when you shared your last name. What? What is y'all talking about? I'm so confused. John said, go home, Roger. Y'all in y'all's own world. I'm going to keep talking. Y'all keep talking. I'm going to keep talking, okay? Because I done lost the chat. I don't know what's going on. So another one is you lose your sense of self with your authenticity. So when you don't feel your emotions, who are you? What's animating your life? What's getting you moving from one step to another? A lot of times, that's another thing that supports us in being human and living. Oh, from sister. Oh, go home, Roger. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay, I get it. I get it. King said a lot of players in here. No, for real. For real. So and also like when you emotionally disconnected, life do start feeling meaningless. Like life starts to feel like it's not worth it. And the thing about it is because you're being negatively reinforced. I don't know if y'all know about psychology, but I'll be talking about positive and negative reinforcements and positive and negative punishments every now and again. And we need positive reinforcements and feeling our emotions and shifting them to good emotions are positive reinforcements. It also helps you manifest. Seriously, it helps you manifest. Yeah, emotional disconnection can protect you from pain, but it blocks you from the happiness and the joy. John, you love this class? Oh. Like I said, if y'all want an in-depth lecture about emotions and how they're created and beliefs, it's on the website. Mind y'all, at the same time, we're doing our giveaway. On Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time, we're giving away 2 UR program books. Yay, my favorite book. 2 of these. And we're also giving away a money mindset gratitude journal and a love and belonging gratitude journal, which is, this is the journal that we're doing right now, is a love and belonging gratitude journal. I purposely made it pink on the inside because this color is a color of vulnerability. And when you feel vulnerable, it feels like this soft color pink. So I made it as pink as possible. My other books are not the same, like it's black on the inside, black lines. But this one I purposely made it pink for that reason, because I want it to be as vulnerable as possible. So this is for men and women, mind you. Y'all know I love my book. I love my book so much. So I'm excited to give those away. Again, it's going to be 6 p.m. Central Time. If you're interested, come through. And I will also, on Sunday, I will be doing discounted prices on my products and services. So if you guys are wanting to purchase something on my website, that will be the time to do it. Hey, Pierre. Chris said, I like the teacher. John said the teacher fine. Y'all hoot. Thank you, Real Rico. I know that's why y'all be staying tuned in. But you know what? Hey, if this is what gets the people here. Hey, Alessandro. If this is what gets the people here, then it's okay. Let's talk about real life examples. A lot of people earlier said that they felt this way in real life. We talked about we also need to talk about what can pull us back. Mind you, what percentage y'all got right now? I got 14%. I think we can get the conversation in 14% time. I think I can get the conversation done. We're going to talk about real life examples, what that looks like. And we're also going to talk about how to overcome emotional disconnection. I think that will be a good way to end it. We already talked about what emotional disconnection is. Let me look at the definition again for anybody who just, is popping into the live. What emotional disconnection? Emotional disconnection is a lack of emotional presence, engagement, or responsiveness in relationships, whether that's family, friends, or your romantic partner. It could feel like you being numb, you being withdrawn from socializing with people. Hey, Lego Jake, welcome back to the chat, friend. I ain't seen you in a minute. Lego Jake, be careful of how you word things today. Emotional disconnection is you suppressing your emotions, not feeling it. It's you probably saying, I don't care. It's you being like, I don't care. Are you even being uncomfortable with other people's feelings around you? So you said you don't have that long 14%. Yeah, we're going to get through it. Thank you, John. Y'all are hoots. So here's a couple of examples. It says one partner comes home upset after work, but the other says, you'll be fine, don't stress. Oh wow. Actually, in a way, this happened to me earlier. Okay, thank y'all. Instead of listening, over time, the hurting partner stops sharing altogether, right? So that in your relationship is causing a distance because you're not allowing the other person to express their emotions of whatever they felt at work. It could decrease physical intimacy. It could also make you feel like a roommate with your partner. All because of little situations like that where you're not supporting and validating your partner's emotions. But that kind of happened to me earlier because I was talking to one of my friends and she was talking about something. And I said, girl, don't you live with your parents? I said, girl, what? I was over here like, why are you stressing out? You live with your parents. Now, it could have been a better way for me to say that, but she was expressing real emotions, and I was not supporting her through those stressful times because it didn't make sense to me. Right? So that could be emotionally damaging our relationship. I did apologize because, somebody made a comment, so I realized maybe let me allow her to feel her ways. But another one is in friendship. So a friend only talks about surface level things, TV shows, work, gossip, but avoids deeper conversations like grief, stress, or personal dreams. I can't be around friends that don't talk about deeper level things, how they feel. Because it's like, why are you so surface level? What are you hiding? So that makes a friendship start to feel shallow. You may not feel safe to express how you feel because it's like, you're not even telling me how you feel. You can't even feel. So if you can't feel, why would I sit up here and tell you how I feel? Because I don't know. Another one is in a parent-child relationship. A teenager shares their anxiousness, but the parent responds with, "You're overreacting," or "Be strong." Or like, you ever seen like a kid playing a game and the kid like falls on the ground and like hurts himself, and then like one of the parents is like, "Get up, you're okay, get up," or the coach is like, "Get up," and it's like you're not acknowledging that that was actual pain. Some people say that this generation is a lot more emotional, or this generation is a lot more sensitive, and they worry more about emotional intelligence. But I think with some of these situations, it could be one of those things where it's like you need that balance. Like, yeah, sometimes you do want to teach your child to be resilient in moments like that, but sometimes resiliency is not taught through forcing people to move through pain without acknowledging the pain, right? So sometimes there are times where, you want to teach your child resiliency. There's other ways to do that rather than forcing them to feel emotions. Hey, D, RK Vlogs. Hey, good morning. Shout out to India. Ooh, child. So workplace. An employee is burnt out but feels like they can't admit it. Instead, they fake a smile, say, "I'm good," and keep working. So in turn, what happens is their work is not high level. They get more stressed out. Then they may start to hate their job. Okay, shout out to China. How you say hello in Chinese? Ni hao, Kalu. Ni hao. Hey. Pierre said this generation is crazy. So, emotional disconnection often looks like silence, avoidance, or minimization of feelings. You may even be doing that to yourself. Let's say you always at work and your boss is always asking you to work overtime. And you like, okay, I'll work because my boss asked me to, because you're afraid that if you tell your boss no, they gonna give you more work, or they gonna hate you, they gonna resent you, they gonna deny you. So you go and you work, but really what's happening is you tired and you have things to do at home. Maybe you got a wife and kids at home, and so you're emotionally disconnecting from yourself to please other people. My friend Jinping said, "I have a question." What's your question? Yo hablo español. Hola. ¿Qué pasó? Hey, sir. Welcome back to the chat. John said, "Hola bien." Rodrigo said, "That's definitely a thing. I knew a girl whose job stressed her out. She complained about it constantly." But sometimes you just got to set those boundaries. Like, you may not be able to set 100% boundaries with your job, but sometimes you got to tell them to fuck off. Who the do you think I am? I remember when I was a teenager and I used to work at Babies R Us before Babies R Us closed down. And it was like, it was a change. They started changing stuff. So they basically was like, okay, you can't all leave at one time. We have to leave together. And they had me waiting there all night just to leave with them. And I said, I'm not about to sit up here and wait for y'all. So I left. And the manager was pissing me off, so I left. I didn't get fired though. I was still there. So sometimes you gotta sometimes press the buttons. You gotta see how far you can get sometimes. A lot of people who be getting emotion disconnected because they afraid of people's responses. That's how you live your life. Sometimes you gotta press, see how far you can get. And all they can do is tell you no. Clarence says stress kills. If you know that or not. Facts. It definitely kills. You say you agree. You told her to stop letting that job walk all over her. Let them know how you really feel. Period. Johnny said, or fire you. They could fire you. But if they fire you, then at least you stood on your P's and Q's. At least you stood on your square. And you didn't back down on who you was. But so the last one that we talked about, you got to set boundaries. Yeah. That's how you maintain emotionally connected too. Is you set boundaries. Because when you don't set emotional boundaries, what's some emotional boundaries? What are some emotional boundaries? Let's figure this out. John's talking about I used to flip out at the job. No, for real. There are some jobs where you could just really be yourself. A lot of people be afraid to do that. Emotional boundaries, protecting your feelings. So saying I don't feel comfortable talking about that right now. Not allowing others to belittle, dismiss, or guilt trip you. So I've definitely, like, just a while ago I was talking to somebody, and I heard this multiple times in a conversation. If you don't feel like talking about it, you don't have to talk about it. So if you ever have somebody want to know like something about your life, and they're like, you can't tell me now. Why you can't tell me now? They trying to like force you. They trying to rush you into being able to express an emotion. Like, that's a red flag. If people cannot be patient with you to feel your emotions, then that's a red flag. Another one is managing your energy. So limiting how much emotional labor you give. You're not nobody's therapist. So how Real Rico was just talking about the girl used to complain about all the time. I bet that started stressing him out. That's why he probably was like, girl, quit the job. Or you can't let them walk all over you. You need to set some boundaries. But sometimes you just got to be like, I really don't want to hear about that. I don't give a fuck. I love you. I really do. And I want the best for you. But you done told me this about 3, 4, 5 times. And I can only bear so much. Wait. I can only listen to this so much. Because you're not doing nothing about it. So manage your energy. Don't allow people to be stressing you out. So this could look like taking space when you feel drained instead of forcing yourself to be available. It could also look like these people want to party tonight, but I want to get some rest. So I'm going to sit at home and I'm going to get some rest, because why would I stress myself out when I don't want to? You're not a therapist. You don't have to be everybody's friend. You don't have to be the life of the party. You don't have to be anything if that's not how you're feeling, you know? Just like John said, being verbal is a boundary. Communication and respect. Refusing to accept yelling, name calling, or passive aggressiveness. Call it out. Bitch, you're being passive aggressive. I don't like the passive aggressiveness. I don't like it. Don't yell at me. Lower your voice a few decibels, because who are you talking to? Don't be allowing y'all's bosses to yell at y'all. I remember one time, mind you, this is not emotional boundaries, but one time I was talking to a manager, and she kept saying my name wrong. And so at the end of the conversation, I was like, hey, the way you pronounce my name is this. And they were like, they kind of laughed it off. And I was like, bitch, I don't like you. No, I didn't say it like that. But I was like, girl, y'all not about to play with me. I stood my ground. Y'all laughing it out. Girl, y'all laughing it off. But I'm being so for real. Rico, you said, yeah, I told her I didn't want to hear it anymore. After the 3rd time, I said either talk to them openly or quit. Okay, Real Rico over there setting boundaries. I love that for you. So communicating, expecting, honesty, mutual respect in conversations. I don't even like when people raise their voices, and they don't have to be yelling, but like even a certain tone of voice gets me upset. Like if you sounding like sarcastic when I mean for real. Clarence said, I don't have that problem. What problem, friend? Also, privacy, sharing. So not oversharing your life. Some people don't know how to put a lid on their mouth. Some people don't know how to stop talking because they feel uncomfortable with silence. So they feel like, let me just tell all these people my business. They don't even know you. You just told these people that you went to jail because you had a DUI and you was driving with your son in the backseat, and you got out and stopped, dropped, and rolled. And then the police came and got you and the car crashed. You just told all your business. Now these people know that you ain't shit. When you could have just been quiet because that wasn't their business. So you said it be hidden messages at people that laugh or diss jokingly as well, laughing with you versus laughing at you. Facts. Another one says recognizing that you are not responsible for fixing other people's emotions. Yeah, people are trying to fix people's emotions. People be trying to tune in and be trying to jump in and be Captain Save-A-Ho. And then being honest about needing time to process certain emotions. So somebody asks you, what's an example? So you and your friend plan a trip to Mexico, and then last minute your friend be like, no, I can't go to Mexico because I didn't save no money for Mexico, but y'all been talking about this for 6 months. So you gonna be like, you gonna want to choke your friend. You don't want to be like, you know, like Bart Simpson. But instead you say, you know what, give me a little bit of time to process these emotions. I'm a little bit upset, but I do want our relationship to be maintained, so give me a second. Give me a second to process this. You said day nada. Day nada. How y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? I'm so excited to eat some food. So the way you get over emotional disconnection, number one, through awareness. So you name your feelings. This is what's in my book, mind you. This is what's in my book about how to identify your emotions. I call it the finger method. I gotta do it like this. Okay, John, what's the joke? Do I feel good? I don't know. I don't know. Or no, I don't feel good. Sometimes you can even do it like this. I feel kind of good, but it's not 100%. Or I feel like, I feel kind of bad, but it's not 100%. That will give you a middle ground on how to figure out where am I at. Because you can't lie to yourself and be like, I love eating insects and Scorpios and roaches. You see, even my face is like, ugh, you know? So that's one way that I like to identify emotions. You can journal. You can do mind-body practices. So you can breathing exercise and just feel it out. Feel it through your body. Where do you feel the tension? You can be nice to yourself, and you can allow yourself to feel. A lot of times we start constricting when we feel certain emotions, and it stops us from being able to feel those emotions, because in our mind is programmed, so it's automatically like, oh, you feel, what's a good one? Oh, I feel tired, I want to lay down. But you learn from somewhere that laying down and taking rest is lazy, so you don't want to be lazy. So as soon as you say I feel tired, you go automatically to a new feeling. I need to go and get, I need to have. So you're not acknowledging that you need some rest. Now you're overworking yourself. You need to go heal the root cause of your problem. So if you're emotionally disconnected due to trauma, you need to figure that out. If you're emotionally disconnected due to socialization and culture, you need to be honest and acknowledge if you really want to feel that way or not. If you need to also just be aware, do I really want to believe this? So like somebody earlier was talking about vulnerability after Rico was talking about him learning, you know, about that for himself. And then somebody else was like, no, it's not good to be vulnerable. Well, Sometimes we need to, when we say things like that, we need to ask ourselves, is this how I want to feel? Yes or no? You know, does this make me feel good? Yes or no? Then you answer that for yourself, because can't nobody else save you. You know, you got to do it for yourself. Okay, let's see. Listen to people. A lot of people have issues with connecting to people because they don't listen. So again, the other day, this literally just happened. My friend was telling me some things that was going on in her life, and I was like, okay, well, I'm about to go warm my food up. And she was like, yeah, okay. So she went to the bathroom, and I thought, my friend just sat here and tell me all this stuff. Let me reach out to her. Let me make sure that we can talk some more. So I was like, I called her, and we ended up talking. I was like, hey, you know, you want to come with me? You know, you like to sit in your car during lunch. I like to sit in my car. Come sit in the car with me, and we could talk. And you can get your work done. We'll just be chilling, so you don't have to be by yourself. So I had to really think about that. It wasn't something that automatically came, but I had to do a what is it? I had to double back. He raising his hand. What you raising your hand for, friend? He said, I got a good ass question for y'all. What's the question, friend? Hey, Jimmy. So I had to double back, and I had to be like, hold up. Let me make sure my friend is okay. Creating emotional safety. We talked a lot about that in the last previous lives. But surround yourself with people who you respect. Stop being around people that y'all don't respect, because you are who you surround yourself by. And the last one, set boundaries. And we talked about some emotional, was those emotional boundaries we talked about earlier? Hey, Ryan, welcome back to the live, friend. How you doing, baby? What's your question, sir? Let us know. So those are some ways that you can get back. Now, one thing that it didn't say, going outside. Go outside. Go experience nature. Experiencing aesthetically pleasing environments is one of the easiest ways to self-actualize, because you start to realize the world is bigger than these small problems that I keep harping on. The world is bigger than me. So that's one of the best ways to self-actualize, is by going outside. Go to the forest. Go to the mountains. Go to the lake. Go to the river. Go put your feet in the ground, in the dirt, in the sand, in the water. I also think taking lots of showers. Taking lots of showers as well. Period, Clarence. I know, what's his name? The one who said, I got 2 phones. Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates said he take like 4 or 5 showers a day. Now that man is a little, so I don't know. But I do think taking multiple showers can be supportive of resetting you. You know, you may not be emotionally well, but you may feel refreshed. So you say, in addition to everything you just said, how far should those boundaries exceed when involving your relationship with your significant other and their family parents? Let me try to understand this. Let me go get my charger, because I got 5%. And I'm guessing we're going to be on live for a little bit longer. I don't want it to die on y'all. Give me a second. I'm being for real, John. Give me a second, y'all. Y'all know Kevin Gates is not emotionally well. Y'all know that. Y'all know that man is Lulu. No, Clarence, you just told me about that. You gotta give me some time, friend. Y'all gotta give me some time. I don't have that much free time. Y'all gotta give me some time. It will be read. It's on my to-do list. Hey, y'all. Hey, good luck. Okay. So let me think about this, sir, because I'm a little confused. So give me a second. In addition to everything you just said. What up? There we go. In addition to everything you just said, how far should those boundaries? Oh, my God. The emotional boundaries? I'm confused. I'm not gonna lie. Rorica. John, I didn't see the joke. I'm sorry. Can you put it back in the chat for me? I didn't see it. Okay, welcome to the community. Good luck. Okay, Clarence, thank you, baby. You said put the cash app. Don't play. I'm about to put the cash app right now. But no, for real, I'm trying to answer this question for you, sir. And it's not, I don't know how to answer it because I don't really know what exactly to start from. I'm trying to think about this, so give me a second. There y'all go. There's a cash app. But, whew. So I'm guessing you're talking about emotional boundaries so that you don't be emotionally disconnected. Is that what you're saying? Is it like so you don't become emotionally disconnected? Or are you just talking about emotional boundaries in general, sir? Man, I keep missing your... Hold up. John, you just put the answer, right? What's up? Where is the joke? Wait. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Let me take a break. My son over here scratching at himself. Do you want to come up here? Come here. I'm trying to think about this answer. I just saw the end of the joke, not the beginning. I don't know. It's a lot. Because I don't even see the joke, John. Hey, Atlas. Hey, Zoe. People outside screaming. Why are they screaming outside? Sir, let me just say this, because I don't know how to really answer your question, because I don't know where, like, what exactly you are looking for with the answer, where, you know, the pinpointing part. But it's the same with everybody. You should, the same way that you have emotional boundaries with strangers, your job, school, is the same way you should have emotional boundaries with your family and friends. Boundaries doesn't change with the people who you're around. Boundaries are maintained everywhere. And I always use like the law as an example. The law in your city, the law in your state. Just because somebody from freaking Europe come to the state that you live in does not mean the laws change. The laws are maintained, whether you know it or not. And they are enforced. So the same way that you have whatever boundary you need to regulate your system and allow you to be who you are peacefully, is the same boundaries that you need to keep no matter who's around you. So I hope that answers your question, because it took me a minute to really try to comprehend what's going on and, you know, how to even answer that. You said he put it back up? Why am I not seeing the joke, though? I want to see the answer. Oops. Boy, not sir. He said, I think people need to order boxing gloves for the couples. When it start getting domestic, get the sock boppers. What? Oh my God. No, John, they did not put your joke in the chat. Welcome back, Kelvin. Let me see. Sometimes, let me see. I know, right? Maybe it's just some of the words you used. Boy, not I didn't know you could block words on the app. Hold up. Wow. I did not know you could block the words on here. I literally been going to the youtube.com to block words. And I could just block words immediately. What? What? I learn something new every day. Did y'all want to talk about anything else? Chris talking about, but I love her though. But why you say but? See, I'm missing stuff. I'm just missing stuff. I don't know what's going on. Why did you say but? Good morning, Mohammed. And Kelvin, you didn't miss much. Just watch the replay. You're going to see everything. You're going to see everything. Did y'all want to talk about anything else before we get off of here today? I'm just so upset because I don't know that, like, I didn't get to read the joke. I didn't get to even think about the joke. But he said it's not that the man couldn't juggle. He just didn't have the balls to do it. Y'all talking about tell Itani to go to the dateline if he looking for love. Shout out to Sierra Leone. I learned sign languages and it became quite handy. Bro, that's funny. Hey Victor, God bless you too. I'm always tired at this point. Every day is a day that I'm tired. Y'all know? Every day is a day. But I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting some stuff for me. And at the end of the day, you know, at one point, I wanted to be where I am today. Did I expect to be doing it all at one time? No. But I wanted all of these things to happen. So, unfortunately, it just all happened to happen all at the same time. So, you know, the things you wish for, the things you want. Now I am working hard to maintain them all at the same time. So, you know, I can only be appreciative of myself. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, John. Thank you, Clarence. I appreciate y'all. Start talking about so we not good enough to hear the sneeze. Oh, boy. Okay, Rurika, I rock with y'all too. Thank y'all. I appreciate every single one of y'all who being alive. I can't wait to do the Sunday giveaway because I'm just excited to see who gonna win, you know. Etany said, don't listen to others. They are just jealous. Why are you putting quotation marks around the message, friend? What does that mean? Mohammed, I say in America. Thank you, Kelvin. And Bruno said, hablas español? Hablo un poquito español. Hablas español y tú? Dígame. ¿Qué país? ¿De dónde? Bama said, what did you do today? Y'all, some of y'all was not here at the beginning of the live. So I had to tell y'all what happened. John said, you do how I tell y'all all the time. I don't know. I don't know what happened. On my tarot readings, it was a lot of women, a lot of young women, lots of women. On this, it's a lot of men. So I don't care. I fuck with y'all anyway, regardless. So, but let me tell y'all what happened, y'all. Y'all know how I told y'all yesterday that I was eating that burger? And I found a piece of hair in my burger. Y'all remember I told y'all that yesterday? I went to Chick-fil-A this morning for breakfast. And I was really feeling it. I was really feeling it. I was like, you know, this is going to be really good. This is going to be really good. I got a chicken McMuffin, chicken, egg, cheese, and bacon McMuffin. When I tell you, I said I'm going all out because this is going to be so good. I usually just get chicken and egg McMuffin, but I was like, I'm going to add bacon to it because it's going to be hitting. So I go to eat my McMuffin. And it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. I promise you it was so good. It was hitting. It was bussin', as y'all be saying. It was bussin'. I get to the last pieces of my McMuffin. And guess what I find in my McMuffin? I'm going to show y'all the picture again. If y'all was not here earlier. I'm going to show y'all a picture again. Literally. Do you see that? Do you see it's embedded in the egg? Literally. Do y'all, this sandwich was so good. And do you see that? Day 2. 2 different places. 2 different locations. Chick-fil-A? Here in Chick-fil-A food? This is not the Chick-fil-A that I know. So now I'm just feeling like I'm manifesting this and I don't know why. I feel like I'm you see how good that sandwich looked, bro? It was so good. It was so good, y'all. No, John, for real. For real. Did I report it? Yeah. I actually forgot to go back to get my money back, but I called them, so I'm gonna go get a refund tomorrow morning before I go to work. You said it's a sign. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the sign for? What am I manifesting? How am I manifesting this? Why am I doing this to myself? Because 2 days in a row is extreme. It's getting extreme. Chris said I'd have a whole breakdown. At this point, maybe I'm becoming emotionally disconnected myself from everything. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm just like, it's just too much. Like, it's just too much. And you know what, Trex? That's exactly what I was like. I'm not meant to eat outside food. I feel like I'm at this point, I'm being told to stop eating outside and eat in the house. Kelvin says, siempre te ha considerado mi modelo a seguir. I don't know what that means. Always, you always consider your role model to follow? I always consider you a role model to follow? Is this a song? Could you put quotation marks? Okay, Muhammad, you need to go to bed. It's 12:52. Why are you up so late? Like the video, like the live, and go to bed. So yeah, y'all. Like Trex said, that's definitely what my first thought. So the fact that you even said that is like, well, I just don't want to have to stop eating out. You read it like you knew what it meant. Yeah, I can sound out words. I can sound out the sounds. They be back there rubbing the sweat off their forehead and falling. Okay. I didn't want to read that. Sir said, Elma, he's for the people. Subscribe and like, period. She's for the people, okay, period. Thank you, Clarence. I know for sure I'm very well protected, but it's just like, why? So, yeah, y'all, that sandwich was hitting. That sandwich was hitting. I'm not going to lie. It was hitting. But, yeah, y'all. So that was the beginning of my day, literally. So imagine the yesterday that happened to me, finding hair in my burger. The burger was bomb. Then today, it happened again in a sandwich. And I'm just like, enough is enough. Mom, you said you need my private line. Baby, this is the most private you're going to get. Unless you book a service. John said it's a monitoring spirit following you. Think so? I do got a lot of haters. I do be disturbing these hoes' peace unintentionally. So let them follow. Mommy said you want to ask me about what, baby? I like McNuggets too, Chris. I do have a lot of hating assholes. SL said the same thing. Trex talking about T-Rex. Your name is T-Rex? Talking about the hair is a secret flavor. LOL. You're not the first person to say something like that, too. That's funny. It's really not funny, actually. Rodrigo said that's why I always check my food before I say. At this point, Rodrigo, at this point, I'm about to always check my food. I don't never really check my food before I eat it because I just trust, like, you know. Y'all saw what Clarence said. SL, it's okay. Mohammed said your English is too fast. Y'all, I'm American. I'm American. Dwayne said if you're going to eat fast food, at least do it once a week. I eat out a lot. Because I don't be feeling like, you know, cooking. I be telling y'all, I just be having so much stuff going on. I be like, okay, if I got to cook, which I'm about to cook when I get off a live, but I'm like, that's going to be an hour or so. That's going to take time. You gotta prep it. You got to cook. You got to have the food together. John talking about emotionally disconnect from fast food. No, I cannot. I don't want to emotionally disconnect from fast food. Oh, it's Trex, not T-Rex? Okay. So I was saying right the first time. Dwayne said your body is the most important love. Facts. Clarence, how was class today? It was, I'm just so happy. That's the one thing I can say about class is that I get my old group back and I love them down. So that's one good thing that happened today. That is one good thing that happened today. So I get to stay with my old group. I love them. They make me happy. Yeah, Rodrigo, that's exactly what you need to do is ask for your money back. But I see why you'd be checking for food, checking your food, because now I'm about to too. I'm about to too. So I like how John talking about it was very emotionally connecting. Yeah, for sure. I definitely was emotionally connected. Y'all should have seen me as soon as I got into my group. And I was just cheesing ear to ear. I was like, hey, I love y'all. What are y'all doing? I miss y'all so much. Oh my God. Y'all see how big my smile is thinking about them. I'm like, oh my God. Thank God. Thank God. So, yeah, y'all. We've been on here for a minute. Kelvin, you got a question? You got a question? You say you speak British English. You speak the British language in the Sierra Leone. Yeah, I used to have an aunt. If you used to have like any type of accent, she would mock you. That's how people I was raised around. You come in there speaking British, you got a Mexican accent, they gonna mock you. You want me to come to Miami? Okay, Clarence. Okay, don't be having me out there. She is an impressionist. Hey, why? Facts, for sure, for sure. But y'all want to talk about anything else? Clarence think he's slick. Y'all are a hoot. A hoot, I tell you. Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all so much. But it don't look like y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about. Okay, Clarence said, I respect the young lady. She's a Proverbs 31. Period. How do you help couples navigate situations where one partner, personal growth, or career ambition starts creating emotional distance in a relationship without fostering resentment or dependency? Well, first of all, why is one person's growth and ambition causing a distance in the relationship? That's the first question I would be trying to figure out. Yeah, John, I'm about to. I'm gonna answer this question. We're gonna be out. We're gonna be out like a light. Out like a light. Out like a light. Okay. So anywho, I would think, and I will, John, I will first be questioning why is there emotional distance because of someone's growth and ambition. Is it one of those things where the woman is growing and the man feels insecure? Or is it the man is growing and the woman feels insecure? Or, you know, maybe it's a same-sex relationship. It's a lot that can play into it. Because if it's a man thing, the man is insecure. And not Megan, you talking about Family Guy? Rude. But if the man is insecure, it could be, again, because he feels like he's expected to be something that he is not at that moment. Or he feels like jealous because he can't get what she getting. Or, you know, if the woman is insecure, it could be the same reason why the man is insecure. Or it could be she's insecure that he's going to leave her once he gets, you know, grows. There's that stigma out there that when a man gets money, they level up the woman that they with too. They don't just level up in finances, they ditch the woman. That is a stigma out there. So it's all about just understanding why. Because you can't really know what to do about the situation until you know why it's happening. Hello, Velocity. You never know what to do about the situation without fostering, you said, without fostering resentment or dependency. Yeah. Oh my God, what's wrong with these people? I can block words on the chat now. Didn't know it, but I'm about to block a word now. Do. The only jerk I want to hear is you're a jerk. I want to hear jerk chicken. Sean, he said I want to talk about your book. Hey, Sean. You said you take it everywhere. You've been bringing you on page 9. You just been bringing it with you. What? Hey, friend. This is my first time seeing you, Shine. I didn't know either. Hey, GR. Now, Shine said they on page 9. What you want to talk about, baby? It's giving a book study. It's giving book club. So you're in the clarity section. Yeah, they said get the book, period. Friend, you say you want to talk about it. What you want to talk about, baby? Let me know. Mind y'all, we were just talking about emotions. That is a section in the book as well. Beliefs and emotions. Not only is it a lecture on my website, but it's a section in my book as well. And I teach you how emotions are created in the book as well. Clarence, it's on Amazon. So the easiest way to find it is to go to my description. Any description on any video. Any description on any video. Even in this description. So you can click the 3 dots right here. 1, 2, 3. And then it will open up and it will give you links when you click on description. But this is my favorite book too, Shine. I'm glad that you like it. You say you take it everywhere. That's really nice. I love that. Yes. If y'all want a sneak peek into the book. Here's a little sneak peek. You can even write in it if you want to. This is an unused book. Oh, my friend's a Scorpio moon. So you can see, like, I even write notes and stuff in mine. I know what that means, Scorpio moon, baby. I know what that means. So, yeah, you just need help processing your emotions. Maybe because you just processing some traumatic events that happened in your earlier years. with Scorpio moons, traumatic events always deal with abandonment, abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, death, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, John, you a Scorpio moon, baby. Especially maternal abandonment. Specifically, maternal abandonment, maternal abuse is what Scorpio moon energy always is. So at least from what I've seen it. You said nice contribution. Here is the answer. First, I emphasize communication and transparency. Both partners need to openly express their needs, goals, and feelings about the evolving dynamic. Yeah. Okay, Kelvin, period. Period. I love the community. I need to create a community, y'all. Where can we do a community at? Where can we create that at so y'all could talk outside of YouTube? Like, I don't really like that one website. What's it called? I forgot the name of it because I don't like it, but it's just a little difficult to navigate. So, but I seen people create communities on Patreon. I seen people create communities on Facebook, but I'm not on Facebook like that. We need to think about it. But Rico said that this was a fun live. Yes, period. Y'all get the book. Get the book. It is life-changing. It changed my life when I wrote it. Changed my life when I wrote it for sure. Let's see. I'm gonna just pick a random sentence, and I'm gonna just read one random sentence in a book. Actually, y'all give me a random number, and I'll open it to that page, and I'll read a random sentence or a paragraph, and then we'll get off the live. Shout out to Shine for coming in. Hope to see you again, Shine. Tell me, page 2? Okay, well. So this is page, let me get a new book because this is written all up in, I wrote all up in it. So let me get a new book that's not written in. Page 2. So understand that you are loved already. The great philosopher Rumi uttered my favorite quote, which says, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So seek your own barriers that you have built against love. Next, remove them and replace them with love. Boom. So that was a random sentence on page 2. I appreciate everybody who came out today. Purchase the book. It's in the description, always. Also, check out the website. We got services, tarot readings, mindset coaching, and advice. Sometimes y'all don't even want to do a whole mindset coaching session. Y'all don't want to sit with me for 3-4 hours trying to figure out what the root of your problem is and how to navigate and motivate yourself to get to your goals and be happier and manifest your goals with ease. Sometimes you just want to sit on the phone and complain to me and have somebody listen to you. That's what I'm here for. You can book advice on the websites, and you may not even want advice. Maybe you just want me to listen to you. That's what I'll do. So I have different services and products, but I will be doing a sale this weekend. Clarence said, like I said, it's only a few channels I watch, period. And like John said, healthy conversations. John, I'm taking that. I'm taking it, because what would I do without my community? Y'all really do be putting me on. Healthy conversations is going to be the motto, period. But I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. I will talk to y'all later. Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow we're doing tarot readings, but I'll see you guys on Friday if you guys are here. Bye. Love you.